What is the Dreamtime? My name is Tayria Ward, and I'm here to help you unlock the mystery of your dreams. In this episode, we explore the Aboriginal concept of the Dreamtime. There is a dimension of the reality that we all live in that cannot be contacted by our physical senses. We cannot see, touch, smell, hear, or taste it. And yet we can become very aware of it. The Aboriginal people of Australia are the oldest known civilization on Earth, with ancestry stretching back roughly 75,000 years. In this, they carry important knowledge of our origins as humans and can be great teachers for us about who we are and what it means to be human. Aboriginal peoples have long carried the understanding of an in-between world that we all inhabit, an invisible realm that we are part of and move about in. They call this world the Dreamtime. Our connection to it is in our genetic code, in our DNA. It is a profound aspect of who we are. Over the last centuries, humans have come to emphasize mostly our reasoning, rational minds. The resource of our pre-rational, instinctive, intuitive mind has gone dormant in large ways, as we have failed to use and develop it over time. Some scientists and philosophers have warned that this pre-rational part of our mind could go extinct if we do not reclaim and revitalize it. We will lose our psychic connection to the earth, to the wisdom of the earth, to the dreaming of the earth. And we won't know how to take care of our planet or ourselves any longer. If this happens, we will be in grave trouble. In many ways, this has already begun. Let me tell you some of my personal experience with and perspective on the Dreamtime. After I started paying close attention to my dreams of the night and writing them down regularly, I remember times of reverie when I was engaged in activities in this world, but found myself wandering off into other worlds. I would slip into a place where I could start to see the way you see in dreams. I was walking about in Dreamtime landscapes. I sensed that they are there all of the time and that I walk about in them all of the time, but that my mind isn't trained to register this. Later, on a few occasions, I read books by shamans and visionaries, even one by a scientist, where they described landscapes they went to in their visions, and I almost jumped as I realized, I've been there, I was there, I saw it just like that. They would describe characters that they had encountered, and I knew that I had seen them too. These experiences let me know that my dreams are not just constructions of my own mind, but something else, something more. A young man in Australia won a little raffle for a dream session with me. When we talked on the telephone, we both instantly felt that sense of, oh, I know you. We were like old friends catching up. In a later conversation, he told me of a dream that he had had before we met, of being at my house. He could not have known what my house looks like in any other way, but he described it. The porch, the entry, the view, and he described a young woman who was there. It was my daughter. He depicted her exactly. We apparently had met and visited each other in the Dreamtime, and that must be why we knew each other so instantly when we met in this world. I am a dream analyst and sometimes see several clients in a row, each talking with me about their dreams. There are days when I listen to the clients who do not know each other tell me the same dreams, the same places, the same odd little details, like they were all in each other's dreams. At the end of the day, I realize the universe is telling me that the Aboriginal concept of the Dreamtime is not an abstraction. It is very real. My adorable little grandson lives in both worlds at once with ease. He talks about what he sees and learns in the daytime and then tells a story from his dream life, and he barely seems to know the difference. It's all equally real to him. I never want to correct him on that. He'll start to figure out soon enough that most people only believe in one kind of reality. Working with our dreams of the night helps us to wake up to the larger reality of who we are. Physicist David Bohm describes infinite potentials that exist in these inner realms, potentials which are ours to claim. Awakening to the Dreamtime begins with listening with your dreams of the night. As we develop this practice, we increasingly notice the intersection between our waking world and our dreams. We start to recognize the dimensions of who we are and what we are capable of in astonishing ways. Have fun with the surprising journey these processes lay before you. And tune in to the next sessions for more information about why to listen and how to listen to your dreams. I'm Tayria Ward. As you learn the language of your dreams, let me be a guide. Sweet dreams.